There we go. Time to break out the rain gear. Thunderstorm on my tail. Where's camp going to be? I don't know. Is anything even going to work? I find that fun. Call me crazy. As soon as I get there, I'll do a weather check. Hi there, welcome to Moshannon State Forest and the start of the Allegheny Front Trail. I did this trail about 5 years ago, and it is a really nice trail. The bugs are already attacking me. It's been muggy out, man. It's just been humid. It's been sticky. Now, when I did this trail 5 years ago, I went the opposite direction. Just to change it up, I'm going the opposite direction that I did this time around. So I parked the car back there, and we did not go across the street, which you can do, across the street and start the trail that way. We just continued to go straight into the forest from where I parked the car. Yeah, I just wanted to get to the trailhead and get started. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to get done. Let's just get into the woods and we'll figure it out from there. The forest is going to be lush. It's going to be full. After that first little patch there, it's pretty clear up through this path though. This is a delight after hiking through the Bucktail path. That was the last trail I did last month. I'm gonna go up a little further, check where I am, see how far I'm going, and check the time. It's been pretty easy so far. A little grown in sections, but mostly downhill. I know I got a few little climbs today. This is the first time I stopped since the beginning there, so other than taking some drinks of water here and there. Boy, it's humid. It was nice I got to drive here during the hottest part of the day though, so I mean, that's behind me. And I still have kind of long days now here in August, so I'm not gonna over worry about getting to camp too early. I know I'm going to get there. Better close my mailbox, that's rude. I love the color combination of these trail markers, but that is not the Allegheny Front Trail marker. It's marked in yellow. The blue marker represents Rock Run Trail. And I thought back there it broke off. It said the Southern Loop back up behind me, which was facing east, but the blue blazes are continuing here on this section of the AFT, so maybe this is going towards the Northern Loop. I'm not sure. I have to check on the map here, but I do like the color combination. That's pretty cool. I stopped here at this little campsite here. It's beautiful. About 4 miles in now. I was thinking about taking a break. Checked where I was and 4 miles in, and I am tempted to stay here. It's just coming up on 6 o'clock. It'll be a little early, but not that early. I think there's another possible campsite 1 mile down, but I've always told myself in the past, if you see something good, don't pass it up. So 1 mile that way. I'm tempted to keep going because it's only another mile and I got the time. Got some nice hammock trees right here. A lot of big open spots here for tents. I'm gonna go for up here and see what this next possible campsite might look like. I think there's another possible campsite up here in about a mile. So let's go check it out. Oh, it's fun hiking through the woods. The weather's really nice right now. I mean, it is hot, but you can feel the humidity kind of going down a little bit. Nice light in the sky right now. And maybe it's just that feeling of I know I'm coming up to a camp. Now we've been a mile at least since I left that last camp. It felt like more than a mile at least. So we're coming up to the spot where we should find another campsite. And here's another AFT marker. Now we're on the Rock Run Northern Loop now. So we started on the southern loop of the Rock Run Trail, and now we're on the northern loop part of it. 0.15 miles down this way, we should find Rock Run and some excellent camping. Pretty good timing too. This trail is very rocky. This is a Rocksylvania style trail here. And hiking with this, as the sun goes down, the shadows get a little longer, you start to lose a little light here. It's probably in your best interest to get off the trail before it gets dark, because you could easily trip on this. Roots and rocks in here. Looking forward to having a wild camp out here in Moshannon State Forest. It looks to me like about a half a mile, which I can deal with. We're already in on it, so I'm just going to take this down the Rock Run and go with it from there. It's not going to tack that much onto my day tomorrow, and it might be a nice pretty area. According to the guide, it's a nice area. So half a mile, here we go. Well, it is pretty grown in here though. There's Rock Run. That makes me thirsty. I could use some water. There's supposed to be some excellent camping around here. Let me keep an eye out. Hoping I didn't come down here for nothing. Now, how I usually set up a backpacking trip is I have my days of food lined up on the table or whatnot, and I pack everything but the first day. The first day I always leave out of the food bag and accessible in my pack throughout the day. And on day two, the day two bag takes its place, day 3, day 4, so on. That's how I go on the trail. I always have that day's worth of food out of my food bag and on the top of my pack so I can easily open it up and get what I need for that day. Well, that, and I always bring an extra bag for bag of trash too, which isn't a huge deal. But I left it on the table when I was packing up. I didn't put it in my pack. So my whole first day's worth of food had my dinner for tonight, and it had my snacks for the week, which was occasion mix, trail mix, and a bag of raisins, pretty big bag of raisins, and probably 2 to 4 maybe electrolyte drinks. Now, kind of bummed out when I saw that, obviously. I've been trying it in my head. I'm like, I know I can make this work. I brought an excess amount of beans and rice for my dry soaking. I always call it dry soaking. Cold soaking throughout the day through my hike here next couple of days. So I think I'm gonna take some of that, have that for dinner. I'm pretty hungry and I'm not trying to think about it. And I think knowing that I don't have that food bag is making me more hungry. But going to be a peaceful night here, I think. I think this is quiet here. I don't know if I'm around anything. Well, I kind of got the wild camp I was looking for. I guess I asked for it. Got my tarp set up, only half of it set up. I got one side staked in and it flipped over on the other side in case I need to deploy it. No rain was forecast, but I want to be ready for it. Anyway, I got to figure out this food situation. I think I'm going to go ahead and just heat up some beans and rice instead of cold soaking it, just to speed up the process, get some dinner in me, and relax a little bit more. This is already relaxing already. Last thing I want is beans stuck to the bottom of my cook pot here. Gotta regulate this heat. Yeah, I pulled that off just in time. It's starting to scorch on the bottom of the corners of this pot. I think I got most of it scraped off. Now when I go to set up my bear line, I always set it up, and there's been a couple times where I've forgotten where it was. So anytime now, I always kind of make a marker on the trail as to where I've had it put an hour or two, or sometimes even more than that, prior to when I'm actually hanging my bag. I like to get it hung well I could see what I'm doing, rather than at night when I'm ready to go to bed. And I put all these sticks leaning up against this tree here along the trail to tell me that's the tree I'm using. So, got a nice tree. I don't have a heavy bag, especially since I forgot some food. So I'm gonna go get this hung up and get back to camp. I have a light at camp too, so I can see where I'm going, where I'm heading to. Well, everything's hung up over there in the tree, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay down in the hammock here, listen to these. I've been trying to figure out exactly what insect this is I'm surrounded by. Is it locusts, cicadas? Boy, is it loud. It is loud. So I'm just gonna go to bed listening to the sound of the stream and all that noise behind me. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Had a great night's sleep here, man. I think as soon as I signed off last night, it started raining pretty hard. Got the tarp put up, and it just pretty much sprinkled off and on the rest of the night until now. Awesome night's sleep. I slept in on purpose. It's just hitting 8 o'clock now. I have a goal to hit the trail by 9, which I'll probably hit the trail before 9, but by 9 I'll be happy. Looking at the map, there's a I don't exactly have to backtrack all the way back up to the Allegheny Front Trail. We're gonna hike up there to where that wooden footbridge was, where I came down off the AFT, but we're not gonna cross that. We're gonna keep going up the side of the hill there. And it looks like we cross a road once we get up there, and then we jump right back on the AFT from there. Why backtrack when I can take a different trail back up to the trail? So I just gotta keep an eye on my food. I should be fine throughout the rest of the trip without that day's one food bag. Here we are in Tram Road. That trail worked out. It was unmarked. You eventually pass a cabin on your left coming up here, and you just want to stay southeast on the trail. It was just a grassy lane. And about 800 feet up here somewhere, the AFT is going across the road, so that's where we're going to link back up with it. I'm about due for a break. Been pretty non-stop since I left camp. I think I'm coming up to my 9-mile mark, which I was kind of aiming for yesterday, but didn't really make it there, which I was okay with. But I think it'll be a nice place to have a break, resupply my water, and re-energize basically before the afternoon hits. I'm loving all the mushrooms on this trail. There's so many mushrooms. I keep stopping to take videos of mushrooms. Like it might rain sooner than later. Well, we've been hiking along Brenner Run here for a little bit now, and this is the campsite. This is a beautiful big campsite. Tents, there's hammock spots, and I think there's probably more spots around this area. I've been sitting here drying my feet out. I got beans and rice mixed for lunch later, which might be in the rain, but that's a few hours down the trail. Well, I'm gonna pack up here. I've been sitting here for a while. My feet are nice and dry. They're ready to hike a little bit more until I stop and have a lunch. Looks like this part of the trail is a little washed out here. Aha! Got through it. As we cross Benner Run here, this is where it flows into Black Moshannon Creek. Right over there. Beautiful campsite. Look at this, cooking. Imagine cooking on this. A firewood stash. Lots of places to tent and hammock here. Butterflies like it. I bet when those are in full bloom, it smelled so good here. Awesome campsite here. With some thunder rolling in the background, we're at the intersection of Shingle Trail. Now the AFT is going to continue right up the hill. It's pretty intensive climb, pretty quick climb, but it's straight up there. Or Shingle Trail is 3.6 miles to the state park. Now in my guide that I have, it has a guide to this trail as well. Since I've already been out here and I'm having fun, let's take this route. This is basically cutting the AFT in half. I want to head down to the state park, possibly get a camp there if I can get some service, or to see how they even handle somebody just showing up. Some places just have money you can just put in. So, you know, I always hike with a little cash on me. Hey, let's go have some fun. If not, we could probably find some primitive camping outside the boundaries of the state park. Anyway, let's check out Shingle Trail. Now for a while now, the trail's been much like this here. It was nice walking along Benner Run and Black Moshannon Creek. Very pretty, but pretty much just this. Very narrow trail. Yeah, and a lot of spider webs too. Constantly swatting ahead of me with my hiking poles like this. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty quick 3.6 miles. Now, I might regret saying that. I probably will. But I think as we get closer to the state park, it's only going to get nicer. Saw this here, it looks too cool to pass up. Oh, is that pretty? Big sitting rock here. Well, so far I gotta get a spider web thing out here. There we are. So far the Shingle Mule Trail has been pretty flat, very rocky, and for this time of the year, it's going to be a bit grown in, but not too bad really. It's nice having Moshannon Creek here right next to you the whole time. It's like the thunder's just been on my tail ever since it started. You know, that feeling? Try not run the storm. Looks like Predator, the movie Predator. That's what this reminds me of right now. Oh, now it's on top of me there. There we go. Time to break out the rain gear. Little lightning on that last thunder. Oh yeah, it's coming down now. I kind of like having a challenge like this, like a new section of trail, thunderstorm on my tail. Where's camp going to be? I don't know. Is anything even going to work? I find that fun. Call me crazy. Well, here we are crossing Huckleberry Road. The state park boundary is at 1.9 there. From right here, oh, it's about a mile that way. Now my description and my eyes have seen some nice campsites right over in here. One, especially a nice one, but it's across the stream. I'm wondering if I walk down Huckleberry Road here a little bit, I can get on the other side of the stream and maybe there's an easy way to it. I think that'd be the better bet than trying to get into a state park tonight. So here we have Benner Run Road, and I just got on the other side of the stream. So, Huckleberry Road, Moss-Hanne Road, Casanova Road. I'm gonna take a guess. If I walk down Benner Road here for a little bit, I might see a trail going inside here. There's a lot of, you could tell there's a lot of fishing spots. There's some signs hung up, like fishing regulations in the area. So I bet there's a lot of pull-ups here and little trails for people to go fishing. And instead of trying to cross that stream, which is pretty high, I'm gonna take a chance and walk down here for a little bit and see if I can't find a back way into that site. Hopefully I get to show it to you here in a minute. Let's go into here and see what this does. Right off Benner Road. Washed out fire pit here. Huh, is this what I seen from over there? I didn't even see where the trail would be over there. Little fisherman's path here. Another fire pit. Let's put a tent right here. Well, I know I saw it from over there. I don't think it was this one. Could this work? It's mighty close to the road. I think all of them are going to be close to the road. There's the road right there. I don't see a great hammock spot either. Yep, let's keep looking. I think I can go this way. Now my other plan was to just double back on the trail that I came in on. But that's going to mean hiking back to the road, back down the way I came, which is fine. I haven't traveled that far and it's not like it's late. We're just out exploring, you know? We're just having fun. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back on the trail, and that's going to put me, what was that? About 2 miles out from the state park. Go explore that tomorrow. Put some trails together, maybe a little road here and there to get back on the AFT tomorrow. I kind of just want to hunker down now and enjoy the thunderstorm, honestly. It's just about 4 o'clock, so I'm in no big rush. And I don't know if I want to chance it trying to find a place in the state park, because if they say no, or I can't make it happen, or something doesn't work out, or, you know, anything, then I don't want to camp illegally there. I'd have to hike out of the state park to find a campsite. Okay, we're back to where we started. That way to the state park. This way to the way I came. So let's go back here. It wasn't too far in. Pick one of those campsites I saw. It is a nice area in here. And with the stream on the side and then before the road, that'll give me nice isolation from the road. And I can have a nice quiet evening here listening to the thunderstorm. There is no phone reception in this area, so I can't get a real detailed forecast, but as soon as I get set up under the tarp, I will, well, probably as soon as I get there, I'll do a weather check. Yeah, I'll do a weather check with the Zulio, get a beat on the forecast. But shelter sounds good. It's been a fun adventure just hiking through this. I think this is the best decision. Let's find that campsite. Oh, there it is. Now that's that one that's flooded out on the other side. Am I wrong? There it is. Man, I feel like I can get to there from the other side. That's what I want to get to. It's so close. I'm going to try again. Okay, so we're back to the road. I didn't like that sight, and there was a heck of a big widowmaker leaning right over where I wanted to put my hammock, so I figured that was a sign. I'm going back on the trail again, and I'm gonna go back to this other site I saw, which I think will be fine, and if I remember correctly, there might have been another one. Either way, I'm gonna start walking down this trail, and I'll get back to you when I find that site. We'll get a camp sooner or later here. This tree here is forcing me to hang my ridgeline higher than I probably would in this rain. I utilize my hiking poles like I did last night. I put them underneath my ridgeline. Last night I put them over the ridgeline. I don't know which would be better actually, so I'm gonna try them in this position. At least I have a lot of room inside. And once I close the doors, it'll open up even more. At least that's my plan. Okay, hammock next, then we can sit down. That's nice. Dry off for a little bit. It's still early. I'm in no rush. I just wanted to get basic shelter set up. Nice. So I've just been drying off my feet here. I'm about to dig into this rice and beans that I mixed up earlier for a pre-dinner. And the reception's kind of spotty here with the messenger, the satellite. But I got a forecast that says the rain's not going to let up at all. So pretty much I have my laundry hanging here. I'm trying to dry off. I just have my shorts on and it got kind of chilly here. Kind of just drying off my sweat with that breeze coming under the hammock. So I'm kind of warming up with my underquilt here. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my feet to dry up pretty good here. I'm gonna kind of scarf as much food as I can, and I might just like hang it up early and just like, you know, kick back. Pretty nice quiet spot so far. Got a little string here rigged up. Actually, my trowel doubles as a stake, so I'm actually using that with another piece of cord that I have. And I have a little drip string coming down, and I've been collecting water too. So that there has my beans, taco seasoning, taco sauce, and a pinch of salt in there. I'm gonna top it with Fritos. As carefully as I can because I'm under my tarp, sitting in my hammock. There we go. I'll just crunch them up with the spoon. Well, I have no thunderstorm to listen to. It kind of just died off there, but I don't know if we get anything else throughout the night. That was kind of exciting hiking here through that. My Frito to bean ratio is outrageous, as in a lot of Fritos. Time for second dinner. Ramen Rescue with chicken from Packet Gourmet. Never tried this one. Let's try it out. Now it says to add the specified amount of water that it says on the packet of ramen, which is 2 cups. And then let it steep in here for 5 minutes. That seems like a lot of water to me. That's about 2 cups there. I'm gonna go ahead and boil that and maybe add as much as I want. It's not raining that hard. I think I can set the stove right outside the tarp here and be just fine. I always take a medicine cup with me, so I always know how much fuel I want to add. A full one of these will bring that amount of water to a boil. I had 2 lighters I brought with me today, and I left them both in my pouch side pocket during all that rain, and they weren't in a baggie, and neither of them work. Let's see. I've been drying them out since I've been sitting here. Let's see if they work. No. And no. I always keep one in my emergency pouch. Here we go. Now I crunched these up pretty good, and that's the ingredients we're working with in there. It doesn't look like much, does it? We'll see what it turns into. I'm gonna add this and the seasoning. My water's about boiled now, so I'll let you know how much water I actually add. I put just enough in there to submerge everything. I have a little bit left. I'll add a little touch on top. Okay, I'm gonna stir it up. Well, yeah, that's a lot of broth. Ooh. Oh, it looks nice already. I'll keep that out there so the smell doesn't collect in my tarp here. Okay, see you at dinner. I just came out here to hang my food bag. It's actually pretty dry right now. I don't think it's raining at all, except for it's just dripping off the trees. It's kind of pretty out here right now. So I'm just cracking open this ramen rescue. Let's see how it looks. That looks amazing. I probably should have put all the broth in. That's a lot of food. Scarf time. Well, the ramen rescue was awesome. That really turned into a lot of food, and it was really tasty. You got a little bit of vegetable in every bite, and chicken here and there. I mean, it was quite nice, I think, for the size and the cost of it. But that's it for me. I think I might grab a handful of M&Ms and call it a night after that. It's still kind of early. The sun just went down. I got a pretty fun plan for my last day too, so I'm excited to get the day started tomorrow. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I slept great last night. I think I fell asleep about 10 o'clock. Slept all the way till 8. Kept dreaming all night. Oh boy, that was a nice deep sleep all night. Quiet. I didn't hear any cars come by. Nothing this morning as I was getting up. Man, I could use that every night. But looks like the rain has stopped for a little bit here. I'm gonna go get some coffee and let's head to the state park. Well, let's head back to Huckleberry Road for the 3rd or maybe 4th time now, the last time, and head into the Moshannon State Park. From there, we're going to take the Moss-Hanne Trail down to the Allegheny Front Trail. Boy, the forest and this trail is so pretty this morning after that rain. It was really nice to sleep dry all night, wake up nice and dry, and then I got immediately wet again as soon as I got out of the hammock. But just from my pants were still wet from the night before, and things like this, water dripping off the trees in the wind. But and my shoes again. I mentioned it a few times now about how these Lone Peak 4s, the insole gets all creased up when they get wet. So far so good this morning, but I'm waiting for it to happen. Well, the rain held off for a little bit, but it's been coming down enough for me to put my coat on just to stay as dry as I can throughout the day. It's been a nice hike, and I think we're about getting into the state park now. I can start hearing some noise up here, you know? I don't know what it is, but I know we're getting close. Okay, now it's raining good. So we just got to the park here. We're gonna jump on Lake Loop Trail. Hike this along this beautiful lake here. We're gonna take this down the Casanova Road. I remember seeing the sign for that yesterday. And then from there, we're gonna look for a trail called Seneca Trail. Here we are at the Environmental Center. From here, I think right up there should be Casanova Road. And then from there, like I said, we're gonna look for a trail called Seneca Trail that's gonna take us down to the trailhead for Moss-Hanne Trail. After crossing Rattlesnake Pike there, Route 504, we're gonna head up to West Side Road, where we should find a trail that leads to the Seneca Trail. Okay, I just hiked on this road here just for a very brief moment. Here's our trail. It has no name to it, but according to my map, I'm using a map on all trails. I'm not sure if like the park office has a map for all these trails. I'm sure they do, but I'm going with this here. This is unmarked, but it's going to lead to the Seneca Trail. That was just an unmarked trail leading up to these cabins here. It looks like this route is going to take me on a couple other trails before I find the Moss-Hanne Trail. So we're gonna take a couple trails over to that way. Have a nice little loop thing going here through the state park. Well, it looks like we have one more trail before we get to Moss-Hanne Trail. This should take us back out to West Side Road, I think. And then from there, we can find the parking lot and the starting point of the Moss-Hanne Trail. Okay, let's walk through this bog trail here, and then that's going to link us up with our Moss-Hanne Trail. Rain's dying off a bit, so I'm enjoying that right now. This is a neat walkway here. This bog here and vegetation like this gave Black Moshannon Lake its name. As the water filters through all this moss and vegetation here, it turns the water almost black, a blackish color, which gives the name Black Moshannon. Okay, here we are at the Moss-Hanne Trail. This is going to lead us down to the Allegheny Front Trail. That bog walk was really nice. I love going through state parks on a trip. Okay, looks like we have 7 miles. That's a little further than I thought it was going to be on the Moss-Hanne Trail. But hey, let's make the best of it. After that, we're going to have 9 miles to the car. So that's going to be 16 plus what I did right now this morning. We might have a 20-mile day when this is said and done. That looks like we're going to pass pretty close to the mid-state airport. I was going to say that about the trail. There is a lot of aircraft activity. It's almost one plane after the other around here. Not like right over you, but up in the sky, like way, you know, you just kind of just hear them rumbling up there. But I don't know if we'll get a glimpse of the airport or not. I'll check once we get close. We got some bog areas to go through too. Hope they're as nice as that one at the state park with some boardwalks and stuff. We'll see. With that warning sign in the beginning, I'm not going to have my hopes up. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy some of this boardwalk for a little bit here. That is some wet trail back there. There was a trail I just passed up, I think Blueberry Trail it's called. It's the trail that goes up to the airport. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that because we gotta make time today. Like I said, there's more miles today than I anticipated, so. We're moving along a pretty good pace though. It has been flat, although boggy. And right now we're about a little under 4 miles to the AFT. Well, here we are back on the Allegheny Front Trail. The Moss-Hanne Trail actually shares the trail with the AFT for a little bit here. So 9 miles to the car from here. I'm keeping my hood on even though it's not raining because these flies just, they bite you. They bite my hands and they get up in my hair and then they just die. It's just really annoying. Every time I try to pull my hood down to cool off, they start buzzing around me again. I'm hoping they go away soon. Really annoying. But I hit the Allegheny Front Trail actually sooner than I thought. I thought I had to go all the way the other 2.7 miles before I hit the Allegheny Front Trail. So that's good news for the day. Actually, it looks like it's 10 miles to the car, which is a little bit of a letdown, but hey, it's only one more extra mile. Coming up here now to Beaver Road, and I think I'm gonna take a break up here. I think when I did this trail 5 years ago, this boardwalk was mostly underwater. It looks like it's been redone since then. Very boggy part of the trail, this part of the AFT. But during the real bad parts, these boardwalks are available for you. I've been searching for a good place to take a break for a while now, and I just decided on this stump here right off the trail, right in the middle of the trail, but you can get by me if you need to. Just had to stop. My feet were starting to hamburger up, so need to take a break. Let's air them out. Ate my beans and rice, what little I left, and they were a little watery today. I just mixed it up with Fritos to fill up that space. So I had a bean and rice stew. Got my snacks left for the day, which all I have left is probably a handful of M&Ms, one beef stick, and have a salty drink. 6 miles out, I have. I'm giving myself 4 hours to do it. After I re-energize here, I'm gonna do some more filming, and we'll talk about the trail once we get to the end of it here. My adventure, I should say. And just enjoy my last few hours on the trail here. So, had to re-energize. You can't just go, go, go. You gotta stop, man. Give your mind and body a rest. Nice little camp area in these pines here. Nice little stream down there. Flat area. Trail's right over here though. So I had to pull my bandana down over my ears, put my hat on because I was just so sick of the flies, picking flies out of my hair and them dive bombing me. It was just driving me nuts. My next step is to get my bug net out, but I don't think it's going to come to that. This is really keeping him at bay. Just, oh, it's annoyed the crap out of me. Another nice little campsite right here. This is cute. Nice little built fire pit there. That's cool. Water right down there. The temperature today has been quite nice, even with this raincoat on. I chose to keep that on just in case. The overnight low was 64, and that's what it was about when I left camp. And honestly, it doesn't feel that much warmer now. Ever since that storm came through, it just really cooled off. I'll take it. I feel much better after that break too. That was probably 45-minute break. I even clipped my nails while I was sitting there too. I've been carrying a little nail clipper in my emergency kit, if you want to call it that, ever since that long trip I did this year. Killing time, drying my feet off, so. I ran into another hiker back there right after I got off the Moss-Hanne Trail. And he told me up ahead, it's pretty good, but it gets really overgrown in some spots. I think I'm hitting those spots now. I had to stop for a second and look, see where the trail was. Reminds me of Bucktail Path a few weeks ago with John. 3 days of this. Not too much to see here. So, you know, on a good day, this is only a pretty good vista. Let's give it a shot. Like I said before, it is pretty nice hiking weather. With the temperature, the rain isn't that bad. You have to watch your step. This is a pretty rugged trail. This is Rocksylvania. When somebody says Rocksylvania, think of this trail. Pretty good view. Not today. We are now about a mile and a half out, and this last section of trail I'm doing on the AFT is so rocky. And I gotta tell you, my feet are shot. I can't wait to get off my feet. This has been a long day for me, and they've been wet since I left camp. Well, they're probably dry for a few minutes. I had dry socks on into my wet trail runners, so, and then walking in these weeds. They've been wet all day. Every once in a while, it really kicks up in pain, the cracked feet, and then it subsides a little bit. Luckily only a mile and a half left, so we'll manage. Let's talk about the AFT. Let's talk about my adventure, because I didn't really do the entire Allegheny Front Trail. Like I said before, this is a rugged trail. It really is. Don't let the elevation fool you, because you know you'll see a couple climbs, and there's more climbs than you think, and very rocky, very rooty. I tripped a number of times, so many times, banged my thigh pretty good. Got a Charlie horse right there. Oh, yesterday on a log, trying to hop over a log. Oh, it still hurts. It hurts to even put pressure on my leg. I can feel it, you know, the pain from the bruise. We're going down these switchbacks now, and I think we have one climb to get out of here, which is going to be pretty decent. But any way out of here now is a good way out of here, because my feet want it. That was a really fun adventure. The wild camp I had the first night, and then deciding to try out a different section of trail was really fun. Stayed nice and dry in the hammock the whole time. I really enjoyed that. Got one of my best night's sleep I had in a long time last night. Oh, and I'm down to no M&Ms. I just finished them, and they got pretty wet, so they didn't even taste that good, honestly. So the only thing I have left is that little end of Fritos in my bag, and maybe one swallow of water. Let's just get to the car. Really fun trip. AFT is marked well. It's maintained relatively well. There is some groaning spots. It is that time of year though. If you come out here, be prepared for a lot of roots, a lot of rocks, and a lot of lovely campsites. There is a lot of campsites to be had out here on this trail. And that trail going in between the AFT, like I took yesterday, is a fun little adventure too, if you don't want to do the whole 42 miles of the AFT. Looks like I got a chance to get some water here right before I get to the car, and since I don't have any water in the car and practically none on me, I'm going to go ahead and grab some water to have. This last push is tough. Losing daylight, and this hill is after me. Ooh. Looks like they want to give you one more view before you leave. A little reward for this grueling climb. .504 is right in front of me here. Car just went by to prove it to me. Man, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't whooped. I'm whooped after that one. That was a long day. Funny how my feet are coming back for this last push. They didn't bother me too much. Yeah, back to the trail. A lot of things to trip over on this trail, but the campsites are worth it. Got a few views, got some beautiful streams. All in all, you got a nice weekend trail here. You could spend some time in this trail system too. Well, I think I got one more last walkaway shot in me. It definitely was a fun adventure. I'll see y'all next time.